let us know because I was going to say, Carl, give me yeah, because
I forgot
that's
about
very
that.
important. I want to stick with that right there, right that part right there because I
Mhm.
want to know, Carl. During the time when you in between, like you saying that dated girls and
Mhm.
but in between, like you just started going into how you were, into fantasizing and I had your attraction for the same sex. So can you
Mhm.
walk us through your transition? How did you know like when did that, your yearning come for you? Like how did it come to you? Can you give us a little bit more of it coming
Oh
up?
yes, well that would have to go back a little bit more. I
Okay.
knew that I was attracted to men like probably when I was about maybe 5 or 6.
No, that's
I knew.
okay. I figured
So,
that.
but
That's
then
what I
when I
mean.
noticed as
Yeah.
I got like maybe say we get about between the ages of 7 to maybe 10, I noticed I just like naked bodies.
Mm,
So
bodies. Okay.
rather like it didn't matter if it was a naked man or I noticed for certain sexes I liked it certain things. Like for men, I liked it the below area,
Okay.
but for women, I had a thing for breasts. So it was just like I noticed that I was like sexually attracted to both. So I didn't really know, and I didn't
Wow.
understand sexuality at that time.
Got it.
So
Got
when
it.
I was like in the 5th grade, there was a little fast little girl that she knew all about sex. I don't know what her situation or her story is, but I'm talking about we were talking about sex like in the 5th grade. I was gonna say y'all to watch these kids. They real ahead of
Oh,
themselves.
oh yeah.
Yeah, so if we were
Mhm.
talking about sex, but so one of my friends told us that sex was like, y'all come together, y'all rub on each other, and y'all just like y'all if y'all grind hard enough, that's how babies are born. And we're like, that sound right to me. And her name was, I never forget her name was Destiny. She like, that ain't even how you do it. And we like, well, she thinks she know everything, she don't know, but she like, I'm gonna show y'all how to do it. So we like had a little went to the playground somewhere after hours. I don't know why where were our parents at? And she like, well, I'm gonna tell y'all got everybody drop their drawers. I'm gonna show y'all how this go. And that was my first time having sex.
Wait, so that was your teacher,
That was my teacher,
your
Destiny,
sex ed teacher, right
at
there.
11.
Look at that. Ain't that about a
Yeah,
blip?
11 years old.
Oh,
And it was a girl. And I was like, you know what? It was a great time. After that, I was like, well, huh.
so wait,
So
so wait, hold on, dropping the pants, and then what? What else did she have y'all
she
do?
told me what, she did what she did. She showed me how they work, how everything worked. That was my first teacher. I was 11 years old.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's all I can say is wow.
Yeah. I said,
But
I don't
okay,
know what she
yeah, but
did, but so
yeah,
after that, like
yeah.
being, of course, having sex at 11. So like I got, I think we said we got to middle school. So we kind of middle school, of course. I'm thinking like this was like, but back when I was in Texas. So this is where I thought all the innocent things were happening at. So of course, when I get into Michigan, where all the black people, they are a lot faster
Oh,
than the
mhm.
ones down there in Texas. So that's when I got this one. Now, I'm going to like 7th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. So now this middle school. And these girls, yeah, sex is a thing. So it was like,
Mhm.
good thing I had a teacher, Miss Destiny, in the 5th grade, because
Right, because
I could get
you was
there.
prepared.
Yeah. But my girlfriend at the time, she was a virgin. So it was just like,
Oh.
okay. And she was asking me, and I was embarrassed to tell her, like, yeah, I've done this before, but it's like, girl, I want to be a virgin too, like you. Like, no, I'm innocent too. And then I was a big fan of Trina. Trina came out when I was like in the 8th grade.
Okay.
And when I got that album, yeah, it was
Oh
on. Like,
yeah. Oh,
I
that
was
was
really into
that
her.
was a lot more deeper
There
sex
was a
ed.
lot more
That was
details into it. So
yes,
I got
yes.
really into it then. So me and her stayed together. We got together about 8th grade. I did wait because she didn't want to have sex. She wanted to wait. So when we got to the 9th grade is when she lost her virginity. And we stayed together all the way until right before my 12th grade year. And
And this is the time
then I
that you was still, but you was still, your mind was still on the
oh
boys too.
man,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. But I was in
Okay.
the hood, child. You walk funny. He gay. I had a
Mhm.
girlfriend. I still had to deal with it. So I just had to know there wasn't. And Muskegon's a small place, so there's not a lot of gay people there. There's like in my time it was like 3 gay guys that went to the school, and child, we tried our hardest not to talk to each other or be together at any form, way, or shape.
Did she
But
know?
guilty by association.
Did she know?
She actually she didn't. We're getting to that because she
Okay.
did not
Okay.
know. Like I had a lot. By the time I got to the maybe say the 10th grade, I had a lot of females friends. 'Cause of course, we didn't stay together the entire time through that time. So by that time, me and her broke up. I had a lot of females that liked me, and I entertained them
Mm.
all. So, like I said, I think I had a bisexual stage where I liked it to have
Yes.
sex, and
Yes.
I did like women. Like you had a nice butt and some titties, I was there. So, and you said come over, we finna have sex, I was coming.
But I want to call because it's so. It's so crazy because I'm starting to really realize that a lot of women, they don't mind a femme guy,
I
You
think
said you
what
were
it
femme.
was is that the fact that we come off, because a lot of us, you gotta know how gay was looked at back in those times. So
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
us put on, like I be saying when they be talking about in our lifestyle, they talk about the trade and these guys, they want guys to be so masculine. The ones of us that grew up in those towns where we had to put on, we can give y'all trade and we can give y'all masculine energy all day long because we had to do it to survive.
Right,
Which is
true,
why
true.
I lean more into some of my feminine energy now because of that.
Mm.
That was like so traumatic to just you had to walk on eggshells every
Yes.
freaking day. But the only advantage that is because the gay in me, I treated women better than my straight male counterparts. They treated women like bitches and hoes. As a gay man, I was a gentleman, and my mama
Yeah.
raised me right. And she
Right,
always
right,
right, even though I knew I was gay. She always say, "You get a girlfriend, you open doors, you buy flowers, you do this, you yes, ma'am." She taught me that, so she instilled in me how to treat ladies, like how you love to see how I'm treated, right? I'd be like, "Yeah, well, you need to make sure your girlfriend treated just like you want somebody to treat your mama." Things like that stuck within my head.
right.
When I
Okay.
got girlfriends, I treated them like that. I was a buying flowers type of guy in like ninth grade, and everybody looking like that.
Mhm.
Like other guys, like that's corny, but the girls like
Right,
that was like
right.
the thing. So I got the most butt out of everybody.
Oh.
So I mean that's
Okay,
what it was.
understandable. No, you had the most charm. So
I
shout
had
out
the
to
most
mom for
charm.
that. For
Yeah.
those values, for instilling those values in you. Shout out to her for that.
Shout out to
You
mom for
know.
that.
So now, when it came to the guys though, like, how did you treat the guys?
I had like all my friends, of course, were straight.
Mhm.
It was different because to get around and we talk about girls, which was fine because I mean I was into it, but it was kind of like it was different because it's like I had a girlfriend. I was, as the guys would say, fucking all the hoes,
Mm.
but I knew I liked me. Like my friends were fine. So I was be around them like, and we have, of course we having sleepovers and stuff, and I'm looking like, oh, please don't show that you like anybody in
Yeah,
here.
don't
Like
get. Yeah, I don't want to rise. Don't get a
I don't want
rise
to
out of me.
rise up in
I
here.
don't
So
want to rise.
it was always frightening. Like,
Wow.
what they gonna know if something happens? That's the school. Everybody gonna know. And I got a girlfriend. It was so much going on. Like it was a
Wow.
battle.
I could
School was hell
imagine.
for me. I couldn't wait for that shit to be over with.
Yeah, are you able to read the comments, Carl?
You said read comments?
Are you able to? Are you able to read
Yeah,
them?
I'm looking at them.
Okay.
I'm looking
Yeah.
at Nikki.
I want you to look at with McDade.
Yeah, Nikki, that's like my best. Nikki's like my sister, so it's just
Yeah.
like that's
Mhm.
always how it is. I do that with trans women, cis women. It's been my mama and taught me that. So one thing I say, even though she was mean as hell, she did instill that into me, like to treat women like with respect. So I've
Respect.
always been that person.
I love
Don't
it. I
try
love
me,
it.
but
Yes. Right. Well, right. No, right. Yeah. You have boundaries now. I mean,
I
hey.
have boundaries.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. But I
respect for the
love
women
that.
has always been a thing. Protect women,
Yes.
always been a
Yes.
thing.
So so that brings me to something right there because you see there's a difference between dynamic between
Next, I'm doing an interview. Please, could you sit down, please? My dog is
the
doing
dog.
he is
Oh,
doing the most. Hey,
oh.
honey. Okay, I'm doing an interview. Please stop. Get down.
Oh, well, they don't care about that. It's all about them. It's all about
Yeah,
them.
sit up here. Come on, because you want to
Mhm.
do near. Yeah, sit around. Sit down. Great. Now
Mhm.
you can hear. All right, go ahead.
No, because because it's been a lot of talks about like the dynamic between straight women and gay
Mhm.
men
Yeah.
versus straight women and straight men, and it's such
Right.
like, can you give us your perspective on why is it that we have um such a more rapport with gay men versus straight men,
What I found
when it comes
out.
to, especially straight women, heterosexual women.
Yeah, heterosexual,
Yeah.
cisgender women and gay men are like yin and yang. And from what I found at a very young age, we fuck the same men.
Hmm.
So that's how a lot of bonds started with some of my female friends. Like you're the gay one around. Like this when I got older, came out and I identified as a gay man. They sit around my homegirls, we talking, they showing pictures like I'm messing with this dude. Let me show you what he looking like. They pull out the picture, I'm looking like, bitch, me too. Yeah, that's who you talking to. I was with him last night. So it's just like, and I feel like I do feel like women do feel safer with gay men. Gay men are protective as I don't know what. One thing we
Yeah,
don't do, we
yeah.
don't fight, because I know stereotype was like in the 90s, gay men just have on little half shirts. They was real feminine. They be
Yes.
snapping their fingers, and they
Mhm.
always like, it's somebody want to fight. When I got around the gays, that shocked me. All the mugs is like 6 feet tall, beard,
Yeah, don't
muscular,
get it twisted.
and they will
Mm-mm.
whoop
Yes,
your ass. And I
yes,
did not know that was a thing.
yes. Oh,
It was
yes.
a shocker to me. I was like,
They
these
still
are
men.
some burly men.
They
They will
still
beat
men at
you
the end of the
up
day. Yeah,
with
they
their
still
heels
men.
on.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that was a thing. So I think, and I think a lot of women know that. So like me, I
Yeah.
got to a fight. Somebody must said something real derogatory about my homegirl, D. Rashawn, rest in peace, and yeah, rest in
Mhm.
peace. I went and seen about that man. Sure did.
Absolutely.
Not my
So,
girl, no.
I wonder why. I want you to also give your perspective, and we'll going to shift into high school. I want to
Okay.
know in your own perspective because I think I touched on this in one of my reaction videos with Tafaki Dineva's commentary,
Hmm.
and I was saying about how a lot of times it's like a lot of women they give a lot of gay men passes for saying certain derogatory things towards us.
Hmm.
Whereas straight men are not allowed to. Like you're not,
Right.
straight men are not allowed to call us
Oh
bitches
no,
at home.
bitch. Yeah.
All this other stuff. There's certain ways, certain lingo that they're not able to
Right.
use. So why is that? Why is it that men has the space to do that? Is it because it's the context of it?
Maybe it's two things. I think it's the context of it, and you got to realize when you're dealing in the LGBTQ community, we have our own lingo. And our lingo, like early, because we're gonna get into something different. We start going in like 2015 on up when the world started changing with the
Mhm.
pronouns and the them
Yes,
and days, because that was a completely different thing. When
yes,
I came from in the early 2000s, like I'm sure people that grew up in that were gay in the early 90s can attest. The only thing, everybody was bitch and girl, so it didn't
yes.
matter what your gender,
Or
sex.
fish.
Dog,
Fish
fish.
fish nowadays is offensive now. I didn't know fish.
Yeah, and
I
fish
never
was
know
always
fish
the
to be
thing. It was always
offensive.
like a code, like, oh,
That
that's
was an
real fish.
old term, and I'm
Yeah,
like, well, so when I heard that whole fish conflict, I'm like, that's a conflict about fish. I mean,
yeah.
I've always, that's
So
always
fish was
been like
like a term to saying that
it
you
was
like
a
you
term of
really
endearment.
feminine, like
Yeah,
you
like
real
that was a
feminine.
term of endearment. I
Yeah,
never known for it to be a derogatory term.
it
Now,
never was
now
because
in the sensitive culture now,
we
yeah,
use it with each other. So it's just like if
yes,
you feel if
yes,
a guy's real feminine, be like, oh, she's feeling real fish today. So it's
right,
always been a thing. So then when you see
yeah,
a cisgender woman, it'd be like, oh, that's the real fish.
that's real fish,
So we
yeah,
actually use fish for our and for us. But when women come in and be like, oh, that's real fish. So it's like that's how the
mhm,
term came from. But it's like
right,
I've been telling everybody a lot of things and a lot of arguments and debates can be avoided if people just educate themselves. Because
yes,
sometimes it's not that you're transphobic or homophobic, you're just unaware.
yes,
And that's just it. And because the reason why I say I can say that proudly because I used to be that. I didn't get any of it. I'm looking like fish. I'm like, are we talking dinner? They like, girl, please. And I'm like, there's no women in here. What is going
oh
on,
my
bitch?
god,
Why are you calling me a bitch? Why are you so angry at me? I'm confused. So I had a friend that had to take me by take my
it's
hand with a
cool.
napkin in between and say, hey, let me tell you the terminology and what community you're in so you would get it. And I think when it comes to cisgender women that's in our space and have gay friends, they of course we do the same like I do like Nikki. Like that's my girl. I let her know. And when she does something she don't get, she asks. So we kind of had that dynamic. So if you hear her, she'll be like, she'll call me, she'll be with her husband, she'll be like, what's up? And she'll be like, what's up, bitch? And he's looking like, well, who you calling a bitch? And it's like, oh, it's Carl. Oh, okay. Because that's how
They
we talk to each
already
other.
know, right? They already
You already
right,
know,
right.
like that's how we talk to each other. So that's more just like culture. Gay, we have our own culture as well. So that's
Yes,
all it is.
absolutely.
And straight men are sometimes the issue with cisgender women and the LGBT community because they make it hard for both of us. So
Yeah, it's
I
such a
guess trauma
divide.
is why we bond so well.
Yeah,
Same
right.
trauma by the
Yeah,
same group.
exactly. And that's why it's such a divide, and it's like,
Yeah,
yeah, we need to end that. But I thank you for sharing your perspective on that. So it makes sense. Yeah.
absolutely.